had this kind of unconscious blockage, and I needed to switch my perception, my mindset with money and be rich. And a lot of women unconsciously, they don't see it, but they place themselves to stay victim of all the situations. But I have kids, but my husband doesn't support me, but my job, You create, you manifest in your life who you are.
And we know that a lot of women come to us to break that breaking point because their surroundings, their environment is not good for them to break that. So they come in with us and we rebuild them to the level they want to go.
Bonjour, girls. Let's take a ride together today, and we have a new episode, and we're going to talk today how to become financially free. Alan, this is a question we receive often.
All the time.
How to become financially free?
Absolutely. I'm going to bring this question back to you because you come from a family, I come from a family very low financially. How did you start shifting? Because at 21 years old, I just want to go back there. At 21 years old, you're working hard. You're building the marketing, the strategies for organizations. You have employees. You're going out there connecting, doing network with people that are succeeding to connect them to this organization. How do you start at 21 years old? You're sleeping in your office often and you're pushing like no women of generations before you did. How do you do that? How do you start that? Because let's start from the very beginning. What you were thinking.
Do we have 2-3 hours?
Yeah. How do you put this all in place? A 21-year-old girl that says, okay, I don't want to finish. I don't see myself finishing like the women's of generation, your grandmother and everything. So you want to become financially very free, have that easiness to pay whatever you want to do, buy the car you want, you bought a condo. How do you do all this at 21 years old?
Yeah. All my life I was really mission driven, then I think I didn't realize all this detail at this moment, at this age, but one thing I can say, very young, I realized if I want something in my life, I'm not going to wait after anybody to give it to me. I'm going to create it. I'm going to do it. I think very young because very young, I started to, I'm just going to start there. I was seeing my older brother going to work, in the field because I grew up in the country girl. And I said, I want to make money too. I was very young and I was going to, following my brother and making some money, And finally, I was making more money than my brother.
He kind of provoked you to push harder, right?
But I was driven, I want my own money. If I want to buy something, I don't want to wait. I was very young. How do you say that in English? Going in the field and strawberry,
Yeah, I used to work in the field and pick strawberries.
On my knees and working and making money at the end of the day. And I was happy to have my own money, and I was very young, like 7, 8 years old, during summer. All my friends was, playing, and I want to make money, but I didn't realize at this time, it was just like freedom. And this is why we talk today about financially free. But I started this way, I don't want to wait after somebody. I want to create my own money.
Yeah, that's good.
And after that, I like it, and I was able, if I want to buy my own bike, I did it. And after that, I grew up and teenager buying my clothes that I wanted. Then I just have this kind of, and I think it came from, unconsciously from the fact that my grandmother, she was very dependent financially on my grandfather, and she suffered from that, and she stayed a long time in an abusive relationship because she didn't have really the money to take her own decision. And I realized very young, money is freedom, money is protection, money is choice. And this is what I wanted in my life. But I was working hard and making money, and when you met me, I had already my condo, my house, my car,
You had your life.
my life.
Yeah, you were in control.
I was not dependent on a man to give me the money. And I think it's the first step. You need to take responsibility. First of all, responsibility to create, um, to create the money you want, to be financially free. You need to take responsibility. Stop to to be the victim.
Yeah.
Victim of your husband, victim of the government, victim of your boss, victim of your past, victim of we all come from. You come from a dysfunctional family and past, and I come from a family that didn't have a lot of money, and we have kind of issues in our life. But we have to say it's enough. I'm not going to define my future according to my past, and take responsibility. Today, I will create the life I want. I will create the finances I want. And I think it's unusual for the traditional way of talking to women, to be dependent financially, this or that. By the fact I'm with you not because I need your money to be together, right? You?
Yeah.
Say yes.
I remember when we first met, and when it was time to make food and in the kitchen, I'd say, I don't want a woman. I want to marry a woman because she's in the kitchen. I don't want that. That's it. And that was my mindset. And as we can cook together or do stuff in the kitchen, but
support each other.
that was for me very, very clear. I'm not going to marry a woman to clean my clothes or to do food in the kitchen, because I do that on my own right now.
You can pay somebody to do that.
Whatever. So that was clear. I wanted a partner. I wanted a woman that...
Best friend, partner.
To be a best friend so we can share our lives and have main goals and work together strong. And I found that with you because it was your DNA. I mean, you're young. I mean, you have your condo, your life, your business. I mean, you're working hard. You're in marketing strategies, concept, and you're working all the time. And I kind of said, okay, this is a protection for me. I'm going to let you continue with your story, because a lot of women out there, they're inspired by you, by your story. It's your story. You're very young, you're pushing, and you have that in you. And that's why you've been inspiring women for years now.
Yeah, and this is how it started. I realized I'm not gonna wait after anybody. I take responsibility. I will make my money. But this is the first step.
Yeah.
But for a long time I was stuck there, making money, but not having the abundance I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
All the time just making money, but
struggling.
Just enough, not enough, just enough, and pay my house, pay my stuff, and I realized the second step. If I continue this way and work, I can work hard and sleeping in my office. I'm just gonna repeat the same thing. I needed to change something, and this is how I realized. If I don't change the way I think and I act, I will repeat the same thing.
Uh-huh.
And this is where I started to realize, and I was coaching, at this time I was working with this nonprofit organization that I built, and I was bringing money for this organization because my mindset was, I had a problem with the relationship also with money. I can have a job, make money, but the duality in my soul to be rich and don't feel guilty and making a lot of money. I had this unconsciously, this duality in my soul from the background where I grew up religiously too and all of that.
Yeah.
Having a job and working hard was okay.
Yeah.
And an income like from that was okay. But to think really, to feel okay to be rich and having a lot of money, and I had this kind of unconscious blockage, and I needed to switch my perception, my mindset with money and be rich.
That's good.
And you helped me with that, because you came in my life and say, we're going to be millionaire, and I look at you like, huh? Like I can make money, a good job, profession, I study, I make money. But millionaire? Like, huh? Like, okay. And talking with you, we started to realize that our mindset was not a mindset of millionaire or multimillionaire, and we needed to. This is how I realized to shift that, because I started to work with multimillionaire at this time, and I said, they're not more intelligent. They're not more capable or gifted necessarily. This is just they think differently and they feel differently with money and they act differently.
Yep.
And this is where I started to realize, okay, I love it. Because working so hard, I was able, but I was a little bit done to do that. And I said, with family, and this is how many women feel overwhelmed and they cannot be financial free because they try to work harder and please everybody and try to do more. No. It's just switching your soul to this different level. And if you switch to this higher level, you will bring your life to this level.
That's good.
This is a second step.
Yeah.
I think really I started to work on it. It was a process, a journey, and I started to love it more. I was seeing a different result because when you reach a level, you cannot go back lower.
That's right.
You're here, you can recreate that. Remove everything from me that I can redo it again and again and again. And I understood because today I don't think like 10 years ago, 20 years ago. It's why what I learn, what I create, who I am today, I can recreate that.
Yeah.
I want to go higher, then I need to switch only that. And it's give us different strategy, different way of doing. But this is the second step. I understood that I started to do that today. We can have this to be free financially. And this is what people, they're watching right now, really take responsibility first. Stop to be the victim. If you're a victim of everybody, you're gonna stay there. And a lot of women, unconsciously, they don't see it, but they place themselves to stay victim of all the situation. But I have kids. But my husband doesn't support me. But my job. You create, you manifest in your life who you are. What you want. Because when you want something, you have to become this person to have it. Allen?
Yeah.
In the beginning, in a relationship, we had some struggle.
Yeah.
I didn't have your support like I have today, right? But it didn't stop me to continue to push. At the same time, you inspired me to have a different mindset about money.
Yeah.
Because you, at the age of 5, you wanted to be a millionaire, right?
Yeah.
But you realized that you were working hard too, all your life. But you were making money. But you realize the same thing in your life when we have this revelation that we needed to change our feeling and mindset with money.
Yeah, I call it the breaking point. I looked the patterns in my life, in our life, is every time we got to a certain level, we call it the breaking point. We failed every time, miserably. So that's when we said we got to change things. There's something we're doing wrong. We're breaking certain laws, and that's why every time we got to that level, we struggled so much in that process that we just failed. That one, we started working really together. To come back to your point, that's to say, okay, if as a team, if we work together to shift this level, or else we're going to always stay into this breaking point, this level. And we know that a lot of women come to us to break that breaking point because their surroundings, their environment is not good for them to break that. So they come in with us and we rebuild them to the level they want to go. And that's where that's the strategies, the concepts, and to shift that mind, shift those emotions, shift who they are. We transport them into that future, bring it back to the now, and that's how they can break that breaking point like we did. And that's why we work so hard together to stick together, because when two people come in agreement, there's a powerful thing. So when they don't have that, to come to that point, they come to you to have that support and to build the strategies, the concept, to bring into that real future that they desire, because the environment is hostile to what they want to be, that new you, right? To throw down the old and bring into the new. So when I look at you, I'm proud of you, because you look at the women's. I've been with women before. When I met you, you worked so hard to bust that breaking point, and you did it.
And I love it, because my son, then he grew up in this environment.
Yeah.
I can see that the wife the woman is gonna have in his life will be the same kind of relationship,
Yeah.
And for me, it's from the beginning, we're supposed to help each other and support each other.
Yeah.
And this is why, to be financially free, is to take responsibilities. Stop to be victim. You can find all the reason in the world why you're stuck there, and it's not going to change your life. Then you have a choice today. Are you going to just continue to find all the reason in your world, or you change that your life can change?
Yeah.
And our mentor was saying that to us all the time. If you want to see some change, change. And this is where we start. By the way, we have a community of women with the same DNA. It's free. You have the link below. Join this community on an exclusive app just for you. If you want to succeed and be surrounded, you were talking about that. The same mindset and having, the good connection. Come and join us in this free community of women. They want to succeed and to be empowered, Then take responsibility. Secondly, you have to invest in you to create something else, because your life is the manifestation of who you are.
Yep.
If you want to change the manifestation, you change who you are. You change yourself, and you're gonna need coaching, mentorship, help to realize. Sometimes we think something that is we think it's true, but it's not. This is what we received. This is how we're programmed.
Yeah.
And our subconscious, 85 to 95% just control our life. Then we need to remove these viruses in our subconscious, by repetition in our life.
Absolutely.
Then this is another point. Surround yourself, invest in yourself, and to be financially free, you have also to realize that what is your feeling? Do you have fear all the time with money? Because you're not create the freedom if you're in the fear with money, your relationship with money. You need to change that and to build on the importance of money. This is something I needed to shift, because I felt guilty to say money is important. But it is. Everybody goes to work to make money, to pay their bills, because finally it's important. But we don't want to say to ourselves it's important.
Yeah.
But I needed to shift that. No, money is important. And I'm going to look at how do I invest my money? How do I manage my money to become better, to develop my skill set with money? I was afraid to look at the bank account. I don't want to look at the bank account. I don't want to see. No, I'm going to look. But I'm going to see my bank account already full. The feeling, changing the feeling. And how I act every day with my money to take, to be aware of that and to work on it.
Absolutely, because you said a good thing just a little bit moment back there, that the level you achieve financially is the level you can start and redo over and over again. But the problem is when you're stuck at that level, it's your mind. The mind is there to that level financially, And that's where you got to have that good relationship with money. Look at your bank account and say, okay, I need more. So I've got to produce more. I'm a creator. I can create more money. You're not a victim no more. We're creating more, Martine. And that's what we discovered is, okay, I'm a creator. I can manifest anything I want in life. So let's create more money. So then the revelations start coming in. We start changing. We start, being that person in that future.
Absolutely. And at the same time, with all of that, because when you change, things change.
Yeah.
Your reaction, to understand that money is in the relationship with people.
Yeah.
And if you run after money, people will feel it. And they're not going to want to work with you, or they're not going to. You need to work on the fact that, yes, money is important, but money will follow where your mind is going. And if you are in a relationship of favor with people, and when I start to do that, I was, working for people or with other people, and sometimes people, they try just to run after money and not favor and giving more. And we learned that from the Jewish people. They all the time give more and more than what they ask for. If you work for somebody, give more. You're going to see favor. You're going to see increase. Not necessarily from this person, but you will see. This is a spiritual law. You will see when you give more, when you don't steal the money, the time, or it's fair. Sometimes people, they just want to do the job quickly and they want to be paid. You're not going to make more money. You're not going to be financially free to be this way, because the spiritual law will just bring just enough for you. And this is what we learn with our clients. We give more. They pay for this, we give a little bit more. We provide more. We help more. We are fully invested. This is bring favor and more. It's a spiritual law. Then you start to have money from different way, not just from one way, because you unlock a spiritual law to be there because you are mission driven. And if you have this job, give more.
Yep.
If you have these clients, give more.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the time, a little bit more.
Yeah.
When I go to gym, one more. I receive more. More, because you unlock something. One more phone call, one more prospection, one more. When your boss asks you something, give a stretch a little bit more. You will see life will bring you back. God will bring you back more.
Yeah.
And this is why you can increase it more.
What you create is what you're going to have. So if you're giving more, you'll receive more. So it's a law. It just goes. It's cyclical. It's what goes around comes around. So if you understand that simple law, like gravity, what goes around comes around. So you got to send into that future something that you want back.
Yeah.
So if you're holding back, you just don't want to get a good service. You're thinking about money. You forgot that money is people, and more you treat people right, it'll come back to you, double, triple, and et cetera, et cetera,
And
et
it's
cetera.
the same thing everywhere in your life.
Yeah.
In our marriage, I'm not waiting after you. If you're nice, I'm going to be nice. If you're, I'm going to give you more. Not waiting after whatever, I give you more. And just do what I'm okay with, my value. And this is how it's unlocking favor to have more. But I'm not doing it because I'm going to do that, because if I do that, he's going to do that. No. I'm giving my best to you. And knowing I'm giving my best to you, then I'm going to reap. Like the law of gravity. What you sow, you reap. It was not instantly. In a couple, we have different up and down. But I eat the fruit today. I have an amazing husband because this is the law. And it's the same financially. Stop to just say, but if the client, if you're there, be there and give the best. Give always the best and give more. And you will see that God in return will give you more. And this is how you can go higher and higher and have more inspiration and have more, because everything follows this principle.
Everything is relationship. We always say that money is just a relationship issue that we got to fix to make more money. If you fix that relationship, you'll have the strategies and concept, because now you're free, you're flowing, you're a track, you're sowing, you're reaping. It's just a relationship problem. If you want to make more money, you got to learn, you got to be coached and teach how to have a good relationship with who you are and that money, because money is people. And if you treat people the right way, you'll just pull, and then you'll work less, Martine. It's not going to be as hard because now the flow is there, right?
Absolutely. Same thing, because we, with our clients, when they want one-on-one coaching, they pay a big price. But they don't feel it. People don't feel like, I'm running after the money. I want you to be successful. And it's okay. If you want to pay, you pay. If you don't want to take the service, it's fine. I'm there for you. If you want, let's jump together, let's do it, Then this is why you need to realize if the people will feel, are you really there for them or you're only there for the money?
Mm-hmm.
Not the same.
Yeah.
Money is important. But if you're mission driven and you're really there, but you know your value, you're paying according to your value, this is another thing to be financial free. We don't have time to talk about it, but so many principles we can share. But if you know your value and you're mission driven and people feel like it's not just about money, it's about the service, the quality of what you're offering, and you do that where you are right now and you work on it, you will increase in your finances.
It's funny, I'm going to finish with this, is when clients call us in on the phone or a Zoom meeting or a Zoom call, we just say, this is what we offer. And it's funny how we don't have to sell. They say, no, it's good. 30K, 50K, 100K, it's okay, because we're not selling. We just tell them this is what we do and this is our offer, and it's just a good relationship with the client. It's a good fit or not. So we're not running after money, we're running after success. We're running about it to bring that client to a good result. That's where our mind is, and they feel it. And if it's not a good fit, it's okay. So that's how we work with our clients, and that's how we work in our marriage and everything we do. So that's how you can get financially successful that way.
Some good principle we share with you today. Yeah. Just digest that, meditate on it, because it's a journey. And if you apply these principles, you're going to start to see the result. And girls, you're called to be financially free and independent, and not be victim, and to add more on the table and be happy with what you're doing, to be mission driven. This is our life. We bless you, and we're going to see you in the next video. Let's take a ride in the next one. Bye-bye.